And there's a little link up with charities on this album as well, isn't there?
There is. One of the things we've been doing over the last few weeks is talking to people from various charities that we support, notably Help for Heroes, Mind and Marie Curie, and in particular Help for Heroes because we've had a lot of friends out in Afghanistan and Iraq, and it's a charity which is very, very close to our hearts. We've been speaking to the people from these charities, and they've obviously said that because of the recession, their revenues have been down quite considerably.
As with most charities, yes. Yeah.
And it's the first thing to go because in a way people see it as almost like a luxury. So if you go to our website, which is blakeofficial.com, there are links to these charities, and if you buy the album through those links, that we'll donate basically £1 per copy to the charities.
Okay. Right. So, Humphrey.
Yes.
So let's start off.
Ask away.
Right, ask away. See how much you know about Blake now. These are much more searching questions than last time, if you're ready. This is the BBC Radio Nottingham
Blake quiz.
Blake quiz.
You can join it at home as well.
Yeah, you can join it, you can. Now, one member of Blake was named after Enid Blyton, a member of Enid Blyton's famous five. Can you name all the famous five?
Can you name the Blake member? Yes, right. I can.
Who's the Blake? Jules is, yes, definitely,
so
yes.
Jules. George, or Julian, George.
Yeah, very good.
Mary?
No.
George was the girl.
I think I failed.
I thought you were going to say Anne then.
Anne, yes, Anne.
Julie.
In a really nasal voice, Anne.
Jules, Dick, Anne, George, and their dog was called...
Well, Woofer.
Woofer. No.
Thank you very much.
Who was a teacher before Blake, and which subjects?
I believe that was Ollie.
Yep.
Master Oliver Baines, and he used to teach mathematics and English.
Very good, very good.
So all your viewers, listeners, could hear Stephen whispering on the
around here.
And that was in Perth, wasn't it?
What's that?
It was in Perth, wasn't it?
That was me.
Oh, that was
I was
you.
teaching in Perth.
Oh, was it? Oh, I got that muddled up then. Actually, on the subject of Ollie, you were held hostage in a bank robbery.
Yes, I was in Arusha in Tanzania.
My goodness, that frightening.
Well, no, it was quite entertaining,
Is
actually.
that Tanzania or Africa?
Yeah, it was Tanzania in Africa, Jules.
Ollie's family say Africa.
I do not say Africa. Well, I just did. That's only because you just said it. No, it was scary afterwards because I realised that I hadn't been scared enough during it, and therefore might have done something stupid. But I didn't. I'm still here. I'm still alive.
Thank goodness for that. And having mentioned Jules and the famous five, Jules played Munchkin with Tom Chaplin from Keene in a school production of Wizard of Oz. Is that right? Yes.
It's not one of my finest moments, really. When I look back at the video, it's mildly cringeworthy. But yeah, no, we're both sitting there looking very, very stupid.
Doesn't sound like very good cast.
Munchkin.
He was a little bit short for the part.
He was, even at that point.
They do. People do grow. Who was once fined for being naughty in Hackney?
I would assume that was Stephen.
It was Stephen.
Wait a minute, that's not in a press release anyway.
No, it's on.
I just
have
very
had links to the police
I
force.
had a lot to drink, and there really aren't enough public toilets in Hackney. I just want to be very clear about that.
Urinating in public, eh?
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently, although I don't actually remember, a friend had to remind me.
See, you've got to be careful what you put on Twitter.
He was very, very young at the time.
Yes.
On behalf of Blake, I'd like to apologise for Stephen's outrageous behaviour.
Might I add that in actual fact it was somebody's front garden, so it's fine.
Moving on very swiftly, please, John.
Moving on swiftly. Okay, your final question actually is for the others, really. When and where was Barney's first skydive? Because Barney likes to skydive.
His first one. That implies you had done many.
I've done two.
Was it in Africa?
It wasn't in Africa, no. Final answer?
Australia.
It was indeed.
Aha! I get the chocolate cake, imaginary
There we
chocolate cake.
Well, what can I say except thank you very much for coming in. A lot of people will have seen you singing at Twickenham, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a lot of the sporting events, and it's one of the best things we do, to be able to walk out there in Twickenham and Wembley. We've done a couple of times, and actually more recently Wimbledon, which is a fantastic experience.
You're on the roof there, were you?
Well, yeah, it was the installation. It was the sort of opening ceremony of the new roof, and we were standing there on centre court.
Not on the roof.
No, not on the roof, because the roof was moving, and we were in the middle of centre court.
Oh, see, I've got it now. I've got it.
Yeah,
right.
it was, actually, there's a great video on YouTube, and it's fantastic. We had a great experience there.
So when are we going to see you in Nottingham?
Well,
apart from now?
Well, there is a thing on the website where you can actually request Blake to come to your area. So
can you?
please get on there, request us to come here. If enough people do it, we'll give a great concert up here. We'd love to do that.
Right, and that means if you put it, they might come round for tea.
Well, that'd be
oh,
fantastic.
nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Put in your, go to blakeofficial.com, request us, and put in a request for
Tea.
a concert and tea and cake. And we just sort we can
Actually,
do.
if you email Jody, Jodi, at tcbgroup.co.uk, or is it .com? .co.uk. That's our management, and they'll love to receive emails from you requesting us to have tea or lunch up in your house in Nottingham.
You're a dead man now.
I can tell you from the ladies here that they're very good-looking boys. Blake, Ollie, Jules, Humphrey and Stephen, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.